Well, hello, people. Good morning from my side. Today, we're going to take a look at how to use Excel, precisely on how to use Excel formulas. So, I've got a lot of list of formulas in Excel here. I hope this will cover all of the formula that you need to know. So, basically, this is not my document. I got this from someone else. It's Bang Ignatius Rian. He's a YouTuber. He somehow provided a lot of Excel tricks and Excel's kind of things, in his channel. Go to his YouTube channel because somehow I got all of uh, my lessons from him, and he is a pretty good Excel teacher I've got so far. So this is his document. I just translated into English. Somehow, if all of the some of the audience here doesn't understand about Indonesian language, so yeah, so I got this translated into English. So Bang Rian here, or yeah, I could say like here we divided the sections into like five parts. So we have the first part here and the second part, third, fourth, and fifth. And we've got the reference data for to help us learn about the last part. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, the first part. So in the first part, we've got here is the document. We've got the name of the employees, the gender of the employees, which are consist of males and females, and the turnover in the first month, turnover in the second month, etc., and the total turnover. And we're gonna fill all of the blanks here and fill all of the blanks here as well. Okay, let's first with the first formula. It's sum. Okay, sum is by the name is sum is how we add this, and this, the total turnover. So we've got three types of turnover, which is like the first month, second month, and third month. And we wanted to get the total of the turnover. So we use the sum is basically how we add all of the turnover here. So how to use the formula is started to type the formula by using the equal signs here and type sum here, sum, and we want to basically want to sum up all of these turnovers, and so that we can easily block it to this way, and bam, this is the total turnover. And once we got this, and we can double click this, like, can you see the cursor? I guess you can see it. We can double click it, like right click, I mean, it's like left click, double click, or we can drag it here. Okay, double click or drag, which one is the best for you. And the average, okay, average turnover is basically the average. Okay, uh, you know how to find an average. When you want to find the average between these three value, so we need to sum up all of this and divide it by how many data that we have. So this plus this and plus this divided by 3, that is the average of the turnover. But here the Excel has the formula for that, and we have to do is just to write down the formula is average of these three value here and enter. So this is the average. Double clicked it and bam. And the status. So the status is somehow, if we want to make a status in this document, if it's like whoever, like those who reach 20, I mean, I'm sorry, 20 25. Okay, whoever who got 27 million rupees in total turnover, they pass. Okay, that they will pass. So how do we do that? Okay, so if we want to, if the total turnover, they got like minimum of 20,000 rupiahs, they pass. Okay, they pass, or 27, more than 27s, more and equals to 27 rupees, they will pass. But what happens if they got like less than 27 million, I'm sorry, not thousand, million rupees, they didn't not pass, didn't pass, or they fail. So how to use this is by using the if. Okay, so how to use if is just like this. If the logical task. Okay, the logical task is basically the logic, like the criteria that we want to have. So basically, the logical task, I want the all of the employee who pass this competition, or I don't know what it is, who pass the minimum of total turnover uh, within 3 months, is, yeah, if we want, if we somehow want to determine how many who is uh, the ones who pass the minimum of total turnover within 3 months. Okay, so the logical task is the total within the total turnover. So it's just like the boundaries. Okay, so suppose here is more than 27,000 million rupees, they will pass. Else, what happens if the f in this data here, if the total turnover less than 27 million, they did not pass, or we can say it's like fail, fail. Sorry, fail, and bam. So here, because the minimum of turnover is supposed to be 27 million. So Ariel here, he only got 25 million. So basically, he fails. Okay, and we just double clicked it, and yeah, we got two people who failed the task, and three employees who passed the task. And the ranks, and then ranks. Here, ranks is basically a how we put the ranks of these people, like okay, let's get into it. Okay, I don't know how to explain, I'm sorry. Ranks, okay, ranks is ranks, ranks. Okay, rank, rank, uh the number. Okay, okay, the number. So I want to like to make it order, who is the one who make the most, like, total turnover, who the highest. I want to order I want to know the ranks of these people by the total turnover. Okay, so the number is basically the total turnover, and the reference is this between all of the document here. Okay, we can block it that way. And so Ariel is at the fourth rank. So we have five people here, and Ariel at the fourth, and we can double click that. So Eno, by the total turnover, because Eno somehow got the highest total turnover, so he will automatically at the first ranks of this whole competition, or I don't know, what it is, but he got the highest total turnover, so he deserved the first place. All right, and the second one, third. But what is this? I'm so sorry, I'm so confused. Total turnover, and oh my goodness. Okay. So, uh so because we just like the okay, the order is supposed to, we need to log the order, okay? In order to log the order. Why? Because see, if you see here, I want to click. So the rank is basically 25 million, yeah, the 25 million by all of the document. But what happens if here it's not the document, it's shifting, it's shifting. And then here you can see it shifting again. So it is not true. It is I'm sorry, I made a mistake. So basically we need to lock the ranks, the order, the reference. So we need to block all of these red data here. In order to block it, you just press the F4 button after you blocked the range F4. So it will automatically show you the like the dollar sign and enter, and we can double click it again. Okay, so the first one who got the highest total turnover is and the second one is Boim, because yeah, he got like 33 million. And then the fourth is Ariel, and the third one is Dini, and the fifth one is Cynthia. Okay, so I guess we had it covered up for the ranks, and let's move to here. The total employees. Okay, so basically by this you can see how many employees we've got. One, two, three, four, five. We got five. And then yeah, press five here. It's pretty simple. But what happens if we got a lot of data? So it will take a lot of time to figure it out how many employees that we've got. So Excel provides some of formula to count on it. So we can use count if I'm sorry, it's just like count. Okay, count. But we have to count and count A. Yeah, people mostly use between count or count A, whichever the case is. But here, the count is basically to count how many data. It's not how many turnover, how many, what that is, how many cells, how many column, or how many data that we have. But the data is in like the type of the data here is if we use the count, the types of the data is supposed to be a number. But here, since we want to count the by the name of the employee, because it's pretty simple, so we have to choose the count A instead of count. Here, blocked it, and sorry, block. So we have five, or we can say we can like use the count as well, but don't block this, but instead block this, because here we've got numbers. Okay, remember, count is for numbers. Okay, it's for numbers, but instead of if you block this, we use the count A. Okay, or okay, let's see, five. The same answer. Okay, the highest turnover. Okay, the highest turnover is Max. We use Max. Max, the highest turnover, and block the total turnover here. And okay, that is the total turnover, the highest turnover, and the lowest turnover is minimum. We can block it here, and that's the lowest. The total of male employees turnover. Okay, we have a like some criteria, like the total turnover. So basically this is the total turnover of males employees. So we have three males employee, and the total turnover is here. The total turnover is uh yeah, the total turnover here is for the males. Yeah, the question is for only for the males, for the male, or yeah, not including the females. So how to use that is, like to count all of the data, all of the like the numbers, we use sum. But if we have the specific criteria, so we have to use the if sum. Okay, so if sum, Sorry, it's not if sum. I'm so stupid. Sum if the range. So basically, range is not something that you want to add or to the sum range, but range here is the criteria. Okay, so we only want to count the male turnover. So the range here is supposed to be here. Okay, all of the criteria is here. So, and then the criteria, okay, based on this, we want to, the criteria just only for males, okay, males. And what are the data that we want to calculate here? We can block it and bam. So, sorry. Yeah, so this is the total male employees turnover, 97 97 million 250,000 rupees. Or if you want to check that. You see here, males. Okay, block this total turnover of Ariel and Boim because males, and Eno is males, and you can see here the sum of all of that 97,250,000 is just like the correct answer. Okay, same things happen here. I guess like sum if and the range here, and the criteria is we want to calculate the female here and the total turnover and bam. So this is like the total criteria, the total employees, female employees turnover, the total of male employees turnover who pass. Okay, so mhm, the total of male employees turnover who pass. So basically, this is like the total male employees turnover. But you see here, we have three male employees here, and we have the total turnover, but not all of the males employee pass, you know, pass. So here we have just only two who pass this task, who I mean, like two males employee who passed. It is Eno and Boim. Ariel is not included because he somehow failed. Basically, it's pretty simple, you know, like to to sum the total of employees turnover who passed this, because here the male here is okay, Boim and Eno. So basically, the total, the sum of it here is 72,250,000. It's pretty simple. But what happens again? What happens if we've got a lot of data here, and it will takes a lot of time for you to determine who is the females and who are those who pass, like the status is passed, and yeah, it will basically take a lot of time. So here we can automatically use the Excel formula by using sum if. Okay, there's an as at the end. It's basically we have more criteria for it, but it's slightly different. Okay, some range. So remember here, the first thing that they ask is like the range, but some range is at the end. But if we use the sum ifs, they will ask you the sum range at the first. So the sum range is basically things that we want to sum. Okay, here. Okay, and the criteria range first. The criteria. So we have two criteria. Male who pass. Okay, so it is male first, the range, and the criteria is male, and the criteria range, the second range of criteria who pass. Okay, the status. Okay, we block the status, and then the criteria is pass. Okay, and then enter. So we've got 20 sorry, 27 20 I mean like 72,250,000 rupiah. So it is correct, I guess. So okay, let's check it again. So Boim is male and he passed. So here is the data, and then Eno is male and he passed, and total. Okay, Ariel is not included because okay, he is a male, but he doesn't pass, okay, or he fails. So we only sum of these two data, Boehm and Eno, and these two data, the sum of these two data here is somehow 72,250,000. So the same answer. So it is right here. And employees who pass, like how many employees who pass the all of these data from basically. So employees who pass is three. Okay, it's pretty simple. But again, if we have a lot of data here, we were working with a lot of data. So like calculate, like determine which one who passed the test, and you select it one by one. It will take a lot of time. And here we can use the count. Okay, here we can use count, but here there's a criteria, just one criteria: the total employees who pass. Okay, this is basically the total employee, okay? Employees who pass. Okay, we can use count, we can use count, but there is a criteria. So we use the count if instead. Count if the range. Okay, so here range is I'm sorry, range is here, range, because the criteria is within the status. So the range is basically, it's supposed to be here. So here the criteria is what? Pass, right? Pass. We can type it here and pass. So we've got three people who pass. Okay, by this data, this is true. This is true. Like we've got only three people who pass. Okay, that's pretty simple. Male employee who pass. So we've got the total male employee who pass. So by this, we already know that there are two people, just only two people who pass the test. It's by men. It's basically two, but it's not really professional to use it that way. So we use count if again, but plus s at the end, because we have two criteria. The first one is male, the second one is pass. Okay, the employee who are males and the employee who pass is what we want to count in here. Okay, it's pretty simple. The criteria range first. Okay, here. Okay, the range and the criteria. What is the criteria? We want just only male here, and the second criteria is here, the status. And what are we going to like to sum up? It's to count. I mean, like to count. It's just like who are those who pass, and here is the answer, just like two people. So it's pretty simple. So this is like the part one. So let's move forward to the next part. It's part two. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is basically pretty simple. Suppose I have a word or a sentence that is pretty disorganized right here. So it's supposed to not really organized. So Game of Thrones, we've got like so many space here. So we've got so many blank space here. How do we how do we make it well, or make it organized a little? So in order to organize this space, we need to use the trim. Okay, simple trim. Select the word and bam, Game of Thrones. But here, look at look at the character. It's like I don't know if this happens in your country, but this reminds me of when when I was a teenager. It's like I guess like 11 to 15, 11 to I guess 14 or 13. It's ally, like we've got like lowercase and uppercase. It is combined all together, like ally people. So suppose we just want to make it in lowercase, like like lowercase. What is lowercase? It's just like here in Indonesia we call it as huruf kecil. So the way how do we make it in the lowercase? So it's just like type lowercase and select the sorry Sorry, it's just like lower, it's not lowercase. Okay, Game of Thrones. And uppercase, uh, yeah, same as like lower. We only use the upper, and here upper Game of Thrones. And proper case. Proper case is basically like the capital, or how to say it. It's just like the uppercase at the first word or the first character of a sentence of a word. Okay, proper, and select Game of Thrones. Okay, that's all. Pretty simple. Part two. Next, let's move to the next part. This is the part three. All right. So we have one, two, three, five. So it's pretty simple. I hope so. Mm, Okay, so suppose you are an HR, okay? You are an HR, and you are gonna make a employee ID based on the divisions, but based on the employee's name and the birth year, okay? So the employee ID, maybe you want to like the combinations but amongst all of these three data. There are two kind of things, two methods that we can use, or maybe more, but I already know for two method how to combine these three um, cells into one cell. The first method is it's pretty simple. It's just like equal HR and plus double and sign Ruben and sign and the year. I guess it's just like, if I'm not mistaken, it's only it took you for one. Okay, so this is it. Okay, and if we somehow it is not really nice, like it's just like to combine all of these things. Maybe we want to separate these things with the here, I guess, and okay, and plus and sign here. Okay, this is a lot better here. So this is the first method, but yeah, it's just how it works. But the other way how to make it the same, this exact same thing, is by using the here. Here the formula is concatenate. Concatenate. How does how to spell it? How to pronounce it? I don't know. It's I hope I guess like concatenate. Concatenate. Okay. Concatenate. Con. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. Concatenate the first tax. Okay. And we want to separate it again by using these things. And the second tax. Sorry. And then the third tax. Bam. Okay, the same things. This with different methods, but the same result. Okay, let's move to the next. It's length of name. So if you want to calculate how many characters that we have here, Ruben, so it has 5 characters. Guned space M dot. How many characters are those in the Gn M dot? So we need, in order to determine how many characters, by using the length. Okay, length. Select the text here. Ruben just only got 5, and we can practice it. Okay, so basically Gn M dot is 8 characters. So in here, the length, the space is included. Okay, the blank space here between the Gn and M is included. So basically Gn has 5 characters, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, this is 8. And then suppose we have the ID card number of these people, of these employees, and somehow we want to like take the first 4 characters in the ID number. Okay, the way how do we do that is by using the left formula, the left, because it's just like first four characters, first four characters is at the left. Okay, the left, select the text and number of characters that we want to get. It's four characters. We want just only for four characters, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we double clicked it. We got 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, and the 5 to 9 characters. Okay, so how many characters that we have that we want to take? 5 is included. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we want to take 5 characters. 5 and 9 are included, so 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, it's just like 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's five characters. We just need to use the mid. Okay, mid. Select the text, the start number. So it will be start at the fifth, okay, number. And how many characters do we want to get? 5. Bam. 56010. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so here is okay, I got it. And then uh okay, all done. The last three characters we need to use the right, because like the last three characters at this right side. Okay, select the text and number of characters you want to take, just like 3 characters, and bum, or 1. Okay, or 2 or 3 or 4, and all done. And let's move to the next part here. Round up, round down, round up, round floor, ceiling, and round. Okay, suppose we have a score of a student in the school here, and we want to make it to run. Either we want to round down, round up, or round the nearest value. Okay, so basically round down is we force the score, we force the value to round down by our own criteria. It's not following, they're not following the mathematical rules or things like that. It's just like how we customize the round feature here. So round down and select the number and number of digits. I mean, like number of digits means like how many digits that you want to get after the comma here. After the comma here. So first we each of these data has like 2 characters after the comma. So if somehow I just want to make it round down, but I don't want to have the comma, or just like zero numbers after the comma. So you need to like put 0 here. Suppose if you just want to make it 1, type 1, 2, type 2, but you can, I guess you still can't make it 3, and more than whatever you want actually, but it is not allowed to make it minus. Okay, here, so 57, round down, so it will going to round down, so 57, because here 84, 84, 75, so this is round down. What happens in the round up, no matter how many I mean, like here, okay, I want to use the same formula, the same criteria, but by using round up formula here. No matter how many digits after the comma here, I will, like, you force the Excel to make it round up. Okay, so here 57.26 is going to round up to 58. Okay, 58. Okay, it's not, I guess this is something that it is not following the mathematical rules, because here the mathematical rules is round nearest. Basically, yeah, it's just like round the number and the digits, still digits. here 57. And okay, look at here 57.26 is like in mathematics. Suppose you have 57.50, it is by default. If you want to round the number, it will automatically default to 8 50 58, because it's just like 57 and a half. But less than a half, it will, suppose I have only for like this, because it's less than 57 and a half, it will automatically to round down. Okay, 50 yeah, 57, still 57. Okay, that's how it works in mathematical rules. And how to use that is just like by using round. Okay, so what happens now is shampoo. Okay, we have an item here. Sorry, it's a shampoo, it's a soap, instant noodles, and it's rice. Mm, it's oil, palm oil. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Like, okay, we have 5 item here, and the stocks that we needed, and we want to nearest down multiplication of 100. Okay, so the nearest down of the multiplication of 100. So suppose we have like the stocks that we need, the stocks here just like 1150. I know this is like a multiplication of 100, because uh, if we want to somehow nearest down of multiplication of 100 is basically the 1100, because it's somehow the 1100 is multiplication of 100. But here 1150 is not the multiplication of 100. So if we want to make it that way, so we need to use the floor and select the number, and then the significance is like the multiplication. So here, because I just want to make it like 100, so here 100. Okay, so this is like the nearest down. Okay, the nearest down. Okay, nearest down. Okay. 560. Nearest down is 500, because like 500 is the multiplication of 100, but it's less than or like the nearest down of 560. And 86 is it's not multiplication of 100, but it's just like it will automatically show you this number because it's like zero, or I don't know, zero is not multiplication of 100, so yeah, Excel show you this strip, the dash here. And 125 is the nearest down at 100. 968 is the nearest down is 900 in case of the multiplication of 100. And the nearest up is, so the first one is we use the floor, and like the antonym of floor is the ceiling. Ceiling, and select the tax. The significance again, same case, 100. Okay, so this is okay with the same exact case. And the nearest, it will automatically select. Excel will select between they if we like same things like this. It will somehow follow the mathematical rules. So how to use it? It's just like M round, and select the task and multiplication of 500. 500. Okay, it's here. Okay, all right. So 100. Oh, I mean like 1150. 1150. The nearest multiplication, but uh, using the mathematical rules, because 150 is more, it is at the border, is as the threshold. Okay, um, okay, and it will automatically ceiling up to 1200 and 560, 560 because it's more than 550. Okay, it's more than 550 or 500, it will automatically goes to 600. And here 86, it will automatically show you the 100. So suppose if I have here 47, 46, 46 is less than 50. Okay, it will automatically, border show you this way. And let's move to the next part. Here is basically the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP and if error. So okay, you can stop here and you can move to my other videos because I explained more intense, like more, I guess it's more advanced about the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. But if somehow you just want to take a look at how to use VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP in simple manner or in simple way, then you can continue to watch this. But I will, highly recommend you to use, like to watch my other video explaining about the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP because it's pretty advanced. We have so many cases in that videos. Here, okay, let's finish the video. It's just like the last part. So the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is basically how we look up the value from the reference data. So we have our reference data here, and and then we select, or we fill the blanks based on the reference data. So here I have the data of ordering number. I already have these two data here, and the name of the customers and domicile of the customers and delivery time. I don't have those data, but the data somehow is at the in the reference data that we have. And in order to fill all of the blanks here, we use the reference data. We cannot, like we can as well, like we can um, we can manually fill the blanks, but again it will take a lot of time. The way out is it's just like by using like the lookup formula. Either it is like VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. V, it's, I guess it stands for vertical. So the range of data that we have, like the reference data that we have, is it is supposed to be arranged in vertically order, and H is horizontal order. And if error is in case like the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is not working. Okay, so first, like, okay, let's get into it. So in order to fill all of the blank here, name of customers, we need the reference data. And the reference data, we have the ordering number and the name of the customers and the gender and the domicile. Okay, okay, let's take a look at this. We the data that we have is ordering number, and the reference data, the ordering number is here. The ordering number are uh, arranged by in vertically order. So in order to fill the blank here, we need to use the VLOOKUP because it's vertical. Okay, VLOOKUP, lookup value. So lookup value is the data, the specific data that we're referring to, the specific data that we, how to say it, we use to fill the blank. We want to use the ordering number because how is the ordering number because we just in the reference data the ordering number it will refers to the name of the customer. Okay, and then uh, okay, the ordering number table array, sorry, we'll look up value here is ordering number table array here, select all of the data here, but don't forget to press the F4. Okay, and then table array is finished. What? I'm so sorry, people. Okay, VLOOKUP This is the value, and the table array here F4, and the column index number is like the index number. Okay, the index number, it's just like the because it's vertical lookup, it's just like column. You know, like we want to fill the blank, the name of the customers, the name of the customers in by the reference data. In the reference data is basically at the second, or yeah, the second order. Okay, the second index. So we fill the two for the column index, and the range lookup is either true or false. Okay, but most people use false because it will show you the exact match. Okay, so we need to type 0 because it's refers to false. Enter. So for ordering number 106 is Fiona. Okay, let's take a look here. 106 is Fiona. Once we finish with that, we can see here is there's some errors here because okay, this is errors. This is an error signs, and you can see here there are multiple reasons why Excel shows these error signs, and the first things that we need to check is either the ordering number is within the reference data. Okay, so basically, if we take a look at our reference data, the 100 and 112 is not in our reference data. So, like Excel doesn't know how to fill the blank here by using the formula that we formulated. So instead of like typing in order, so I mean like random name, so Excel shows the not available sign here. But how we like how we solve this problem is by using the if error. Okay, so by the formula, the first thing that we need to do is just like to type if error if this case is happening. Okay, okay, if error and value if error. Okay, if so instead of like uh, showing the NA sign, not available, or error signs, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Or we can say like data not found. Okay, so it means like by using this formula, it means like we take we VLOOK up the value by using the reference data based on the ordering number. But in case like the ordering number doesn't like it's not there in our reference data, what are we going to do? We will show the data not found sentence in the name of customers. Okay, and select okay data not found because yeah, because it is what it is. I mean like it's just like 112 is not in our reference data, and domicile is just like the same thing. We can simply copy and okay, I'm sorry, we can simply look up C2 value, not C2 value, but instead here B2 value, reference data is still there, and okay, the column, okay, because the domicile is at 1, 2, 3, 4 for a column index, so we need to change this 4. Okay, this is right. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, if we look up values here and table array here, select here and press the F4 and column index domicile 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0. After we finish, if something not found, we will show the data not found. Palembang. Okay, the domicile of Fiona is in Palembang. Data not found. Delivery time Okay, here the delivery time is based on the city. Okay, the city is based on the city, and the by like take a look at the delivery data. I mean, like the reference data that we have. It is the delivery time here is they are arranged in horizontally order. So instead of using VLOOKUP, we use the lookup. Okay, if errors lookup and select the value. This value lookup value is basically based on the domicile here, and we want to we have to select the reference data and then forget to press the F4 button, and here they will ask you the raw index number. So by this data that we blocked earlier, the delivery time is at the second uh, row. Okay, so we put second and false, and what happens if things is not working? So Excel will show the data not found. Sign again, found again, and here we are, 3 days and okay, that's all. We finished all of this like formula. So if you have some questions, maybe you can comments on the chat box on the comment sections, and maybe I can help you to answer these questions. But remember, this is not my data. All of the credit to Mr. Rian, or Mr. Ignatius Rian. Again, you can check on his YouTube channel. He explains you a lot better in Excel's lessons. Yeah, see you again, guys.